Welcome back to the Entertainment Beyond show. As always, I'm your one and only host, Jensen, the beautiful, majestic motherfucking Dean Jackson. I'm coming to you live from the Tacoma Amtrak station. I know you're wondering, Jensen, the beautiful, majestic, what are you doing? Well, let me tell you something, lover. I just left AEW Wrestle Dream. I'm waiting for my 8:38 Amtrak straight back to Portland, Oregon, so I can get a couple hours of sleep, go to both my jobs tomorrow. But I'm here doing this video because I saw a film the other night. I saw Terrifier 3. And I'm going to give you my opinions on it. So right off the bat, straight out of the gate, SOS, TS, I did not like Terrifier 2. I found it to be too much, too far in the wrong direction. I was uncomfortable with the level of violence levied against women. I wasn't really feeling that. It's not that I'm afraid of clowns, but it's the way I think about, like, if I saw a clown in the wild, be the same way that I would see like a wild animal. I'm not trying to fuck with it. It's a clown. Could be friendly. Could try to make my ass float. I fully walked into... See, the only reason I went to see Terrifier 3 was for you sickos. For you sick fucks who like watching demented clowns dismember people. I went and I did it for you. Against my better intestinal fortitude, I did it for you because I love you. You, the fucking viewer. So, color me surprised and butter me up like the sweetest pecan that I walked out actually not having regretted seeing Terrifier 3. It was, don't get me wrong, it was fucking gory as fuck. It was bloody. I remember seeing an article that the first 15 minutes made people vomit. It didn't make me vomit, but it did make me question why a crowd of cinema goers would be laughing at harm done towards children. Child dismemberment, child decapitation. There's a lot of child murder in this film. I feel like that's a line, that's sacred ground that you're not supposed to fucking traipse on, trounce, or trespass. You leave the fucking children alone. Unless they're little evil motherfuckers like Damien, then you gotta kill that bitch. I did I never saw Terrifier 1. I didn't see All Hallows Eve. I do know that, I almost said Pennywise. I do know that Art the Clown originates from the anthology series, All Hallows Eve, but I skipped that one and I skipped Terrifier 1 and I went straight into 2. Oh my god, Terrifier 2 was that scene where he's fucking playing with the intestines of that poor woman who just made the only mistake she made was coming home, and Art the Clown completely fucking eradicated her mind, body, and soul. I did appreciate that there were moments of levity. Watching this film and the actor who plays Art the Clown, and zero lines of dialogue, but it reminded me, we're kind of, going back to that Charlie Chaplin-esque era of cinema where there's no fucking words, all emoting joy, frustration, done with silent acting. That's very much that is and was and will forever be Charlie Chaplin's cinema career, his film career. Extremely silent, everything done with physicality, and I really appreciated that. I appreciated that the storyline, the beat, whatnot, seemed to be more consistent than number 2. Because this one picks up. You got a prologue before you go into the main event, where after the prologue we're picking up 5 years from Terrifier 2, where I don't remember the main actor's name of the first film, the chick with the fire sword. She's just getting out of a mental institution. Turns out that 5 years after the events of Terrifier 2, where her father and her friends were brutalized, she ended up going into a wellness center. So we pick back up with her getting released from that wellness center. And I'll say, for 5 years later, she must have the fucking fountain of youth, because she came out 5 years later from Terrifier 2 looking the same. Her little brother, and I get it because kids, you know, puberty, it's a thing. Her little brother came out looking like Big Brother, came out looking like Big Swole. Like, you know, like, I got this shit. Like, I'm going to be the one to motherfucking put Art the Clown down. I'm going to be the one to fucking demolish him. Her little brother came into college looking like he was the head of the table. And I appreciate that they, you know, further analogize what exactly the fuck is up with Art the Clown, because I'm not even lying to you guys. What I remember, the ending of Terrifier 2, I remember her going into that dreamscape where, you know, Art the Clown's little playground and shit. I don't remember him getting decapitated. Like, to me, that's the ending. She goes into the dreamscape nightmare scenario to fight Art the Clown. And I hated Terrifier 2 so much that I just completely disassociated myself from it, because I didn't have fun, you know? I thought horror film wise, the line for me was Hostel Part 1 and Part 2. Like, that was where the line for, okay, this has gone too far, things have gone too far. And then I watched Terrifier 2. So I'm glad that they further expanded that Art the Clown used to just be a regular serial killer, but then there's a demon that, like, wants to gain permanence in our world. So the way for that demon to gain permanence in the world is to use Art the Clown, the serial killer, to become a demonic serial killer. And so that's why you have him getting decapitated, and he's still able to live just being a head. And his body, you know, it's discovered that his body finds its way back to his head. Yeah, Art the Clown is immortal, like Freddy Krueger, like Jason Voorhees, like Michael Myers. He may not be the shape, but he is a shape that no matter how much you stab, jab, poke, prick, prindle, shoot, you ain't gonna be fucking with Art the Clown. And by the end of the film, by the way, so towards the end of the film, she's trying to save her niece, which the way that their relationship is set up, you would think, like, wait a minute, like, is this her kid? They're kind of acting like that may be her kid. But by the end of the film, and dumbest decision, so her niece is falling into a pit that's going straight to hell. And she's like, here, grab the handle of this fucking sword, and I'm gonna grab the blade, and I'm gonna pull you up. Like, come on, lady. Your decisions made her seem like she wasn't really down to save her niece. Kind of a fucking dumbass decision, if you ask me. But by the end of the film, the chosen one has defeated the demon this time. Art the Clown has escaped, made haste to living to brutalize another day. And once again, our heroine is the only person left alive in a room full of bodies. So it looks like she might be going back to that wellness center, or she just straight up might go to fucking prison this time. Who knows? Either way, I do feel like a Terrifier 4 is coming, the way that they set things up. Like I said, I walked out of this enjoying it a lot more than I thought I was going to, and because of that, here on the podcast, you know I like to give between 1 and 4 thumbs up, and I'm going to give Terrifier 3 thumbs up. I fucking enjoyed it, and with that, I'll say goodnight, mwah, and goodbye.